G'day folks, Adam here from Ruslan Foundry. Tonight we're having a look at our explosives van based on a example preserved on the Ffestiniog Railway, also based on the character, I suppose you would say, in the Thomas and Friends TV show of the defused gunpowder vans. So, fairly simple model, but I think effective. Got a one-piece 3D printed body wrapped in riveting detail. We have our doors at the end which open, and we've got magnets to stop them trying to open. Underneath we've got our standard axle boxes and standard, in my case, link and pin couplings, but of course they come with dumb buffers as well if that's what suits you. So that's my two painted examples. So your kit, as it would come, it comes in a fairly plain brown box. This would of course have packing material in it to stop it shaking around. Our main body is stacked inside. And inside that main body, we've got a small crate, two doors, and a large crate. Exactly what kind of plastic crates you get may vary. They're simply to hold the parts and might be a useful bonus. As you can see, our FDM printed body has already had what support structure there was removed, and is pretty much ready to prime, prep and paint your desired colour. Our doors are in the same boat. Then the doors are handed. Now we'll get into the boxes in a second. Additional to the kit contents, you'll need your glue, any form of contact adhesive. You'll need some wheel sets. These are my trusted train department curly spoke wheels that are getting a bit harder to get these days. And you may want a 2mm drill bit and a 3.5mm drill bit. Go into those in a second. So in our boxes, in this case, in the larger box, as I said, this may be a single large box in your kit, or maybe the two. We've got link and pin couplings, if that's what you want to run. We have our 4 axle boxes, and we have our 2 dumb buffers. And then that can just be used for whatever you wish. Wagon load, storing stuff, none of my business. In this case, in our small box, we've got 4 little nails to act as hinge pins for the doors, and 4 5mm magnets. Okay, assembly is quite straightforward. I do endeavour to take all of the supports off these axle boxes. I would apologise if one slipped through. If it's not entirely clean, we want to ream out our axle boxes just to make sure our wheels are a nice fit. Nice and simple. In this case, all of them are clear. Then we want to get our doors, and we take our 2mm drill and we just run that through the hinges. Just gives a little bit more play when we're trying to set the hinges. As you can see, I'm not taking much out, just making the hole that little tiny bit bigger. I could refine the file, but honestly I prefer to have a little bit more meat while I'm printing. And same thing now on the body. Okay, and now we're done with the drill. Next, we take our body and we set our doors in place. So, left door, hinges on the outside, magnet on the inside. We grab out one of our pins and we simply push that through. Like so. The little nails that I'm using are actually tapered, so they tend to grab, which means we don't need to glue them. Okay, we'll grab our other door. The eagle-eyed among you that watch this channel may have noticed I've got a new craft mat, which is a very nice feeling. So now our doors are on their hinges. Once I get that lined up, there we go. Okay. Next, we'll take our glue. I won't take the top off, and we want to put some glue in these 5mm or clearance holes and go around. And we poke a magnet in there. And we pull the hinge out, pin out. So we poke a magnet in there. And in order to try to make sure these magnets keep their polarities correct, I keep them in a little stack. I turn the stack over, and now I put the top one in the side of the van. Okay, they're wanting to put up a fight. So I'm going to grab a pair of pliers. And with the magnet on the side of the pliers, we can push it into the hole. There we go. As you can see, because I didn't have glue on it, that one's come back out. But that would have stayed in there and those would attract. Repeat that process on this side of the wagon. Then our underside. Now we're a little bit awkward on this because, well, it's round topped. But as with all of my four-wheel stock, we put a bead of glue on the chassis either side of our keyway and a bit in there. We get our chosen couplings, either our link and pin, and that glues in there, or our dumb buffer, and that glues in there, a little bit tighter fit the way they've been made. And our wheel sets simply straddle an axle box either side of the wheel set, drop it in to the keyways, and bang, done. And repeat for the front, thus resulting in your completed van. Now this one's running disc wheels, which I've bought because I'm struggling to get the curly spokes. Yeah, that is our gunpowder or explosives van. These are available on our Facebook page, link in the description. They are 7/8 scale, if I didn't mention it before. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope it's been of some interest, and we'll see you on the next one.